All right, guys, believe it or not, this is a sober broadcast. uh, Look, I just want to say this, and just look at with the whole Deflategate bullshit and the fine and the suspension. Just think about how absurd it is to where, and I'm not trying to pull the everybody does it card. The reality of it is, use your logic, use your reason, and get past the fact that it's the Patriots. Now think about it like this. Aaron Rodgers openly admits that he likes to overinflate his balls, his game balls, and he hates, and the referees in the middle of the game, they'll just go like at halftime and they just put it back to level. Nobody says shit. There's no suspensions, there's no fines, there's no loss of draft picks. Brad Johnson back in 2002, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He admitted to paying a ball boy. He has even publicly given the dollar amount that he paid him to tamper with the balls for the Super Bowl, in which they won. Now, they won that game because the defense was amazing. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like Brett. But still, the fact you're violating an NFL rule and policy. And you're paying somebody to do it for you. But nobody said shit. No suspensions, no fines, no loss of draft picks. Quarterbacks are coming out of the woodwork now saying, dude, I always had my shit a certain way. Here's the reality of it. It's common knowledge around the league that everybody knows that every quarterback likes their shit a different way. And every quarterback, they tamper. Something goes on, whether it be the trainer that does it or the quarterback themselves. It's done. So the thing is, here's the conspiracy of it. And I had people on Facebook yesterday and Twitter going fucking ape shit. Here's the reality of the conspiracy angle. It's not a conspiracy like they got set up like they didn't do anything. Of course they did something. They have physical evidence that something happened. However, when it's common knowledge that this goes on all over the league with every team, then why now just come out with such a severe penalty for one team? Only one team. Only one. Why only one team? And yes, it does. It has to do with hate for the Patriots, but it's not hate for the Patriots from a fan's perspective. It's hate for the Patriots in the fact that they're costing other teams revenue. Because if they continue to win and make the playoffs, they're costing the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets revenue by them not getting in, and other teams in the AFC not getting in. They're costing them revenue by winning home field advantage over and over and over. When other teams can't host a home game, revenue goes down. When other teams don't make the playoffs, revenue goes down. And there was a great article I read yesterday, and the parity is what the NFL is. That's what the NFL needs. You've had like 6 dynasties in the NFL history. In the 60s, it was the Packers. In the 70s, it was the Dolphins and then the Steelers. In the 80s, it was the 49ers. In the 90s, it was the Cowboys and then the Broncos. In the 2000s, it was the Patriots. And in the 2010s, the Patriots with the same coach and the same quarterback are still in contention every single season. So yeah, from a fan perspective, if I wasn't a fan of the Patriots, and trust me, I would fucking hate seeing the same motherfuckers win all the time. I really would. I would be. I got tired of seeing the Yankees win all the time when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. I got tired of seeing the Rangers and the Red Wings in NHL doing the shit they did all the time. Like in MLS, in Major League Soccer, I'm tired of seeing fucking the Galaxy win every time. It seems like they win every year. So I understand from that perspective. Like, you get tired of seeing the same guys win. In the NFL, this is the first time it's rolled into a second decade with the same guys, and it's over. They're still doing it. It's bullshit. It should not have happened at all. And now that the Patriots have gone and hired Jeffrey Kessler, who destroys the NFL in all kinds of scenarios, and legal scenarios. Robert Kraft said, if you're going to attack the integrity of our organization, then we're going to attack the integrity of your league. If it would have been 2-game suspension, a fine of like $500,000, which would still be high. Minnesota and Carolina were warming up footballs on the sideline, clear violation of the rules, and nothing happened. Nobody said shit. The San Diego Chargers were putting sticky shit on their sideline towels all for 2 seasons, Nope. They got fined like 20 grand and it just nobody said shit. The Atlanta Falcons were manufacturing crowd noise for 2 straight seasons, and they got fined like 350 grand or something, but nobody said shit. No suspensions, no loss of draft picks. You know, well, maybe somebody lost draft picks along with maybe the Falcons. I don't know the exact details. But the point being, when this is common knowledge and it's going on everywhere, you can't just pick and choose which team you're going to destroy publicly. It's just that's not the way it works. And a lot of people are, you know, all these people are claiming all these from the fan base. This is justice, and justice has been. This isn't fucking justice, you moron. This is a football game, and it's the same shit that everybody else. That's like saying that if everybody goes out murdering people and you only punish one person, that's fucking justice. It makes no sense whatsoever. You have attacked the integrity and the reputation of one individual in one organization for doing something that is done on a regular basis every preseason, regular season, and playoff game by every single franchise, every single quarterback. You don't get to just pick, hey, fuck it, we're going to, them. Those are the ones. You know, I understand a lot of players have said the Pats have a reputation for, you know, they dance on the line of the rules. They dance on that line. And that's, hey, you know what? Other teams should be dancing on that line. And if they're and other teams are dancing on that line, just nobody's noticing. Because if this was the Jaguars or the Titans or the Raiders, nobody would give a flying fuck what's going on. Just like with the Falcons, their shit, nobody cared. Minnesota, Carolina, nobody cared. The Chargers, nobody gave a shit. But because it's the same team that's been consistently winning for so long, I mean, just like it's retarded. And I just really wish that, you know, on social media, I've had personal friends. Like, I've put up a post to support and share my opinion and point out some facts of the matter, just, you know, to play devil's advocate to a degree and, you know, try to express the other side. And then it's like I'm being fucking interrogated on social media because I'm a fan who's pointing out a fact. Fact is, well, the Colts had deflated balls too in the same game, which is also an NFL violation. And people will try to justify it, you know, oh, well, you know, it deflates over the course of the deal, but the Patriots had an overinflated football in the second half at the end of the game. Oh, you're talking about the balls that the referees handled the second half? How the fuck are you going to... It makes no sense. Like, they had the same violation in the same game. And nobody's saying shit. Nobody is saying shit. It's because everybody just wants to see Brady and Belichick and the Patriots on the down so bad that their logic is just out the fucking door, man. It's insane. The logic is gone, and it's sad and it's pathetic. It's a pathetic publicity stunt by the NFL to attempt to, you know, the other 31 owners are pissed because it's costing them money when these guys continue to do what they do. And yeah, they do bend the rules. Like, people keep talking about Spygate. Let me explain to you, I'm sure that 85% of you have not even looked at the fucking reports about Spygate. You just know, oh, you're just listening to Marshall Faulk's accusation. Oh, well, they taped a walkthrough. Maybe they did, maybe they did. Nobody ever saw the tape. The camera guy threw the shit away or whatever. Okay, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But here's the catch about that, Marshall Faulk, and all you Patriots out there. Even if they did tape a walkthrough before the Super Bowl, you still have to go out there and throw the football, catch the football, tackle the players, block the players, run the routes. You still have to play the fucking game. Games aren't played on paper. That's a great... Everybody talks about, oh, games aren't played on paper. And it's one of the biggest upsets ever. The talent level alone for the Rams should have... Everybody thought they would just blow the Pats out. You still got to play the game. With all the game film that these teams watch every single week, every day, for 4 to 6 to even more hours every day, you're watching their formations, their tendencies, like how many steps was that drop? What was the formation? How does this guy plant his toe when he's going to cut out or cut in? They do the studies, man. Taping a walkthrough is nothing different than watching the fucking game film all week. It's not anything different. I mean, it's a violation of the rules, yes. Does it ruin the integrity of the game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But they were punished and they were fined. Spygate was actually this. If you walk out of your front door and set up a camera, that's okay to put it there. But if you go out of your front door and you turn right and you pass 3 of your neighbors' houses and then set up a camera there, That's not right. That was Spygate. That's all it was. That was Spygate. But branching from that were accusations left and right. And people were talking about the tuck rule. Because at the Oakland Raiders game in the playoffs in the divisional round. Oh, well, the fucking tuck. It was a fumble. You can't blame the players for that because the referees made the decision to make the call they made. You can't blame the referees for that. I mean, you can't blame the Patriots and the players for that. You got to blame the referees. Like with this Deflategate bullshit. They didn't even log the footballs. Have you guys seen the Wells report? I've seen it. I've read it 3 fucking times. It's absurd. There are more holes in this thing than a target at a firing range. I'm dead serious. So yeah, it's just so stupid. Don't be so obsessed and so obnoxious about it. I mean, damn, like, you know, it's absurd. So we'll see what Jeffrey Kessler and the legal team do, because Adam Scheffler said yesterday on SportsCenter, the 6 o'clock version of SportsCenter, he was getting text messages, and he announced right then, he was like, I'm getting it from a good source that's inside the deal, that's inside the story, that he's not going to miss one game. They just hired somebody, and then the article pops up. They just hired Jeffrey Kessler. This guy destroys the NFL every time that he goes against them. He might be undefeated. I don't know. There's great articles I got on my Facebook page and on my Twitter page about that. You know, just stop arguing facts and stop being biased. I'm not saying you should support the Patriots. I'm not saying that you should just let this go as far as like they did something. I'm saying look at the reality of it. The league is attacking and the fans are attacking one person and one team for shit that always goes on. The 70s Steelers with steroids. You know what Steelers fans say about that? Well, everybody was doing it back then. Never got in trouble for it. The Cowboys in the 90s, stealing signals. Jimmy Johnson admitted to it publicly. You know what Cowboys fans said? Well, there wasn't a rule back then. Everybody was doing it. So it's okay then. And in the 80s, you know, Jerry Rice's dumbass comes out, you know, well, I used stick with my whole career. So now, but nobody questioned, well, do we need to go back and look at his records? Do we need to go back and look at the entire team? Because he did say that everybody was doing it, and there's 53 guys in the locker room. Dwight Clark's the catch. I mean, was it really a catch, or was it just stick 'em? Who fucking knows? But nobody's saying shit about this because people's hatred of Tom Brady is just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculously overwhelming that this is what happens. You know, like the league, like Roger Goodell, first of all, you know he's fucking out now. The one guy that actually supported his sorry ass, now you've made him your enemy. Dude, now they're going to vote him out, get a new commissioner in. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was a whole ploy by the owners just to specifically do that, to get rid of Goodell and shame the Patriots one time. But I don't think that they were thinking that he was going to go get fucking Jeffrey Kessler and Donald Trump would be on his side. But nevertheless, I mean, yeah, hate the Patriots if you want to. But don't act like they're the only people that should be punished for doing shit like this. And the punishment is so absurd. $1 million is the highest team fine in NFL history. And it's for something that's not uncommon. It's a very common thing that goes on, and you're fined $1 million. You're taking Brady out for 4 games. 4 games? You got people that did much worse shit. So pretty much Brady is being punished because he wouldn't sell out the ball boys. That's exactly what's happening. He wouldn't sell out the ball boys. Because if he says, yes, I told them to do it, yeah, he gets suspended, 2 games? And he'll get a fine if he were to admit to it. But if he admits to it, the ball boys, they're getting they might go to jail or some shit. Like something ridiculous can happen. So Brady's not selling people out. So that's a problem. That's why he's being punished. Because he didn't want to give up his cell phone. You know, no, I'm not giving up my cell phone. Well, I tell you what, go get a subpoena. And I had one buddy say, yeah, well, you guys you broke the now rule. The now rule. Well, guess what? The Colts. It's on fucking paper. The Colts broke the now rule. The Packers with Aaron Rodgers break the now rule. Brad Johnson broke the now rule in the Super Bowl, nevertheless, and publicly admitted to it. So the now rule is being broken by everybody pretty much, but only one team is getting punished. That just makes no sense. Hate the Patriots on game day. Hate that they point shit out to the referees to try to get that edge. Dude, I'll take a free 15 yards every time. Every time. But nobody complained about Jordan when he was fucking getting all those calls in the NBA. Nobody complained about Derek Jeter doing the shit he did faking strikes, faking getting hit by pitches. Why do you think they've installed instant replay into baseball? Mainly because of the Yankees, because of their antics, especially Jeter's. Now, but nobody's taken away from the integrity of the game in that aspect. So just the hatred's just too rampant. Just fucking knock it off. Go Pats.